Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to a different studio. And here we are in Review Vale, or Evervale, if I've got that right.
Yep.
And today this is episode 69, and welcome along to you and to all the viewers in Ipswich. Thanks for having us here today. Well, in under 6 weeks' time, we say goodbye to this program, and it's the 9th of March I finish up. So, with a month of programs to go, we hope that you enjoy them. And joining me now in the temporary studio, good morning to Mark English.
Good morning, Barry. Good morning, viewers. Welcome to the New Digs.
Well, the temporary new dig. Well, I'd like to tell you how the move from Bray Park went. Well, let me take you back to where it all started. And the drama started. Well, I booked the removalist in last Monday morning. They said they were going to be there on time. They asked me to put a deposit on, and I did that. I did my side of the bargain, but did they do theirs? No. So, the removalists did not stick to the plan like they said they would. And as you can hear, bit of rain about to fall here in Ipswich, but we'll talk about that very soon. So, the removalist was supposed to come at 9 o'clock on Friday morning, but of course they did not, and they arrived at 5 o'clock in the evening at the, at, at the end of the business day. Pretty annoying. So don't book removals that are not reliable. Give Mark.
Well, that could be a difficult task, Barry. I'm not sure yours isn't the first moving horror story I've heard. So, I'm sure there are very reliable companies, but they do tend to be on the initially expensive side.
At the $1,042 from Bray Park to here. So lucky NDIS are not funding for it. So enough of that. So I arrived here 9 o'clock on Friday evening after moving Bray Park after 7 o'clock on Friday night. An hour drive, but the problem was the carer couldn't find where he was going, so we took a dirt road instead. Luckily, we didn't get the van booked, so we managed to find the house eventually, and I had Domino's pizza. Thanks to Shelley for that. Ham and pineapple, yummo. So a very late dinner before heading to bed that night. I woke up on Saturday morning, had some breakfast, settled in, couldn't find my computer for for out and about, but there she is there. So yeah, guys, here we are, Monday, 16th of January. And Shelley, if you are watching, thanks for welcoming me in. I shall enjoy it. Better than the help. All the noise, please. No offense, but it drove me nuts.
Well, you're in a much better place now, I've got to say, when it comes to peace and quiet. It's already so much quieter, I can hardly believe it.
Yeah, because I don't hear all the yelling that's going on, so no offense to Bray Park, but when it gets too much, you gotta go get out of there.
Yeah. Cut all ties, move on.
So here we are. So here we are on Monday on the home stretch to Sydney now. 6 more weeks. Because after this month is gone, it will only be 4. So guys, like we say, we hope that you've enjoyed the show. Here's Mark.
Well, I'm looking forward to the show continuing from new location, Barry, and it's going to open up a few different opportunities for us. However, one thing that I did note was we're probably way closer to Inverleigh now than we were before. So, something to bear in mind, and hopefully, we'll find a few things to do locally as well.
So we are in the closing stages of Out and About. But today we're going to be here and tomorrow as well. So 2 in the studio days, today and tomorrow. So let's have a cook up today.
I like the way you think. I think that's an excellent idea.
Because with the weather not looking too good at the moment, doesn't look good at all. So, guys, for Mark and I, it has been a wonderful journey bringing you Out and About. And to be quite honest, it is sad for us to have to bring the show to an end very soon. Here's Mark.
Well, I'm trying not to think about the end, Barry, but I'm excited to keep it going for as long as we can. And when the end comes, we'll do it justice and
we'll
have a proper sign off.
Yeah, so Tuesday the 5th of March, we'll just pause that. So Tuesday the 7th of March will be our final show, and we're going to do it in style. Now, you've all heard say the story ends how it began, yeah? Well, I thought we might cross the Story Bridge for the final time. We can't go to Scarborough because that might be a little bit too far for us.
I think so. Given you've moved as far south as you were north of Brisbane City, so we've gone to the extreme other end.
So we can visit Waco, because that's where I used to live and stuff like that. So this is episode 69. Now, I'm gonna stop this and go on to the next subject and talk about last Monday's appointment before I get too emotional here. Stay with us. Last Monday's appointment, it was really good. I had a good talk on the phone with Michelle. Michelle, if you are watching, good morning to you. Look forward to speaking with you soon and seeing you soon. And good morning to Julianne as well. If you're watching, good morning. I'm just giving you a wave. Here's Mark.
Now, is Michelle the occupational therapist?
Yes, she is.
Excellent. So tell us about your meeting. It obviously did go well.
It did, and it was on the phone too.
Yep. So you got all the questionnaires filled in
Yep,
and got the tick of approval.
yep,
So is that when you got the photos of where you'll be staying?
yeah, and I will show you the rest of the photos today. So the meeting went very well, and then I had another one on the Wednesday because Michelle was double booked, and this was to discuss what was going where and what I needed and this and that, and that's why the date had to be moved forward to March so that they can get everything organized. So again, guys, going back to being civil, okay, be civil on the phone and on Zoom meetings too. If you don't agree with something, just say, look, I don't agree with something, can we compromise? Here's Mark.
That's an excellent thought process, Barry, because that's exactly how things get finished. So if you don't want to do something, just say and provide some background as to why, and then offer a compromise, discuss that, and who knows, you might finish the conversation with absolutely everybody being very happy with the outcome.
But like we said at Strapline and all the other places we went to north of here, I hope I've got that right. If you are rude and uncivil, guys, that is it. The stop button will be pressed, the phone will go click, and you will have to wait another day until you are civil enough to come to some sort of agreement. And the same with your emails too. If you are not happy with what's written in the email, please address the problem in a civilized, adult-like, well-addressed fashion. Because like Mark and I said back north at our Brave Park Studios, no, you will not get the response that you are after.
That's exactly right, Barry. And this move here is a perfect example of you not being happy, going through the correct channels to tell people that you're not happy, and then reaching a compromise with them to have you move to a quieter destination. And it's all worked out. So it only didn't take long once you made your feelings clear. So the process works.
So if you do things in the right manner, guys, or do it through the correct channels, okay, things will get done the way you want them to. But if you do them the wrong way without discussing with people the valid reason why you want to do it, well, people are not going to thank you for it.
Mm.
And it's as simple as that. So if you're not happy with something, guys, for goodness sake, do not go willy-nilly and make a big fool of yourself. Discuss the problem. Work out how you're going to do it. Resolve the issue. Tell the person why you're not happy, either verbally or via email. But guys, at the same time, do not, and we repeat, do not jump down the person's throat. Here is Mark.
Good point you make, Barry, because it isn't that person that is creating the issues for you. Ultimately, they're the one that's going to help you. So if you want to have help with enthusiasm, then treat those people with respect and give them that sort of sense of decency to let them know what it is that's upsetting you and how you would like to resolve it, and can you discuss how to go about achieving that outcome, which is exactly what you did, Barry. And it's worked out extremely well for you.
So instead of me getting all upset and hot and bothered, I talk to someone. I ask them, can I move somewhere quieter until I go back to Sydney? And I was civil, upset, although upset about what was happening. But did I go,
Almost got me.
so sorry, offsider, but that's just an example. Alright, so guys, that's all there is to it. If you want things done in a civilized way, please go the right way about it. The same on the phone too, which we'll go over too. And look, we've got a clock here, so I can tell the time. It's 10:30 here, Monday morning. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Here's Mark.
Well, it's nice to be in the new location, Barry, and very nice. So you've got a good chunk of room to get around, and you know, as we said, we can already tell it's much quieter than the last house. So mission accomplished, really.
And well done to me for speaking up instead of getting trampled on.
You know, you've made great inroads in communicating and organising things for yourself, because that's one of the things that I suppose moving away from your long-term comfort zone in Sydney, it definitely made you, I suppose, more aware of issues around getting things organised and getting moves done, and who needs to be involved and just how many people are involved. And with all that extra knowledge, you know, getting yourself back to Sydney now, the move to here, it's all been a good process of learning and using the skills that you've been talking about to achieve the outcomes.
So, like I said, guys, instead of me just sitting there and suffering, I did something about it. So, like I said, why don't you follow examples like I've done? If you're not happy with what's happening in your area, don't just sit there. For those of you that have voices, communicate, write emails, talk on the phone, arrange a meeting with the CEO of your company. That's what I did. And we sat down, and that was the way I got it achieved. Here's Mark.
Yes, I would like to point out to everyone, it's not an easy process, and you know, it did test your patience and willpower.
And I'm poor.
If you want to have some coffee, there's stuff here. You can make yourself some coffee.
Well, here we are now outside our new studio. Temporarily, of course, 6 weeks at least. Good morning, this is Barry and Mark here. This is the garage. So let's pan around and show you the view now.
Alright. So hopefully you can see there's a bit of space and there's a lot of height here. I don't know if you can tell, but there's quite a view out in the distance, and if it wasn't clouded over, you'd be able to quite clearly see the Great Dividing Range in the distance. So it looks like a very nice spot.
Well, and this is our garage here. And what a perfect spot this is. Let's take you around the rest of the house.
All right.
So as you can see here, we won't show you the dries, okay? So that's not going to be very interesting for you, alright? Now we won't film the person, okay? Because you've got to remember that, alright? So here we have our television area, the kitchen area, and the office there.
You're going to have to do a spin around so you can
So do a spin
360.
Let's make sure we don't.
360? Barry?
Okay. That's the office in there.
Eh?
So that's the office in there. Okay, we won't show you that.
Barry's room in the background there.
And the reason why we're not filming the person is because of privacy reasons here. So what you can see there is some onion and some capsicum. Film that. Film the evidence there. So like a brain park, guys. Okay. We cannot film anybody. Okay. Due to privacy reasons. Like I've said on the show, I am only here for 6 weeks until the 9th of March, which is a Thursday. So our last show will be on the 7th of March. And like Mark and I say, we hope that you've enjoyed it, and if you would like to write into us at Barry Fair Out and About Productions, and in the studio, the temporary address is 64 Brentwood Drive, Evervale. And the postcode is
4305.
4305.
No, I lied, it's 4304.
4304. So just repeating the address again. 64 Brentwood Drive, Evervale.
Yeah, so you're going to have 4304.
4304.
You're going to have to tell people how to spell Evervale, because nobody would figure this out on their own.
So Evervale is E-B-B-V-A.
No, EBBW.
So get a pen and paper. It's E-double-B-W-V-A-L-E. So there it is there. So if you want to write into us, guys, feel free to do so. So, won't film the cooking, we'll just do our own cooking. Let's do something with pastry today.
Right.
Because I got some pastry.
Excellent.
So we'll take a break. Let's surprise you.
All right.
This is episode 69, by the way. Coming up to nearly midday here on Monday. Thanks for joining us here. So let's get...
See you again soon.
See you again soon. Well, good afternoon again and welcome back to the show. Today we're making a bacon and egg pie. Now who loves an egg and bacon pie here? So more if you would want to eat more and more of it. So, in ending our first in the room session here at our Hebrew Vale temporary site, okay, we'd like to say thank you for being part of Mark's and I adventure, and we really do look forward to your company when our farewell comes along. Okay, again, I'm just giving you the date for that. Our last show will be on the 7th of March. So we're going to celebrate by going back over the past 6 weeks. So this is week 1. Week 2 commences next Monday. Excuse me. And then tomorrow, of course, being Tuesday. So January has just gone like that. Here's Mark to tell you about it.
Well, it hasn't done the full because we haven't had our holiday and school hasn't gone back.
Well,
So
school hasn't gone back on Australia Day.
correct. So we've got a little bit of January to go, but because we're now going into the second week of March and not the second week of February, that does give us a lot more time than we thought we had, because when I went on holidays, you were still leaving in the second week of February. But now I know it's the second week of March, so...
Let's hope they can stick to that.
Yes,
Because I will not be happy if they don't.
So, have they booked your flight yet, Barry?
No, they haven't.
Right. Well, I suppose it's just a matter of waiting until the flight's booked, but knowing that there's numerous flights to Sydney every day, I don't think it's going to be a problem.
So we do hope, guys, that you do stick around for the next 6 weeks, did I say?
Yep.
The next 6 weeks, because we want to end this program in style, and we can't take you to Scarborough because it's too far now, unless we get on a train, but I don't think that's feasible. So we had a lot of fun on the North the north side, and you know, being here in Queensland, guys, it's been absolutely terrific. Okay, it's not that I didn't trust anyone. My family, my brothers are all down there, my sister, all my friends. Now I won't get Mark to interact on that, but what we will say is a really big thank you to everybody for tuning in. And like, when you look at it on May 30th last year, it was a very nervous time for both Mark and myself because he didn't know me, I didn't know him. But did I go? No. I treated him with the utmost respect and dignity and things like that. So here's Mark to tell you.
Thanks, Barry. Well, right from the beginning, you've always been highly respectful and always communicated brilliantly, I thought. So you've always been very clear and open and absolutely flexible and reasonable about what we can and can't do and where we can and can't go and all those things. And it's been a wonderful experience. So you've stuck to your guns and you've lived your talk. So well done.
So, the most important thing, guys, we'd like to say as we open the show today is please, if you've got a problem or anything like that, please, and we repeat, please, DONOT, turn the volume up on the voice. Don't explode like a firecracker. If there is something wrong, write an email and say that you're not happy, but don't be rude about it. Here is Mark to close our session with that, but the show is not over yet because we've still got the bacon and egg pie to go. So we better get that cracking, get the eggs cracking and the bacon cooking and the oven cranked up. And the number that we rely on 24 hours a day, you know what it is. That is 000. Please do not ring that number for stupid, trivial issues. We will bring this up over the next 6 weeks here. So here's Mark to take us out to the cooking segment with that.
Thanks, Barry. Yes, as we've often said, it is absolutely essential that Zero operators are left free to be able to deal with emergencies that come in, and anybody that takes up their time with something that's not an emergency is potentially endangering somebody's life.
Like mine, because I can't get to the hospital or can't drive myself. That's why I need them, because it's my decision to call the ambulance. Here's Mark.
That's exactly right. And your transport options are exceedingly limited, Barry. And we know how long we've waited for wheelchair accessible taxis in the past. And if you had to rely on that, you wouldn't go well in an emergency. So for the sake of everybody that needs emergency attendance, please don't abuse the 000 hotline.
So the show is not over yet, guys. We've got the cooking to get through, and then we'll be back with you, and we've given you a tour of the house now, so that will be coming up on today's show too, so plenty more coming up. 1:10, it's Monday, the 16th of January. Thanks for joining us here for episode 69 today. So don't go away, we've still got plenty more coming up.
See you soon.
Well, good afternoon. Here we are in the kitchen here, and like I said, we are making an egg and bacon pie today, and here is what you need for it. You need some bacon, some eggs, and some pastry. Okay, so you need to have good bacon and good eggs, guys. And what my offsider is doing, okay, he's cutting the bacon into small bits. Here he is to tell you about it.
Alright. Well, I've already chopped up the bacon. And here's the egg. And now I'm just lining our pie dish
With
so that it's good to go, because I'm ready to basically pour it in.
so
And but of course I don't have a pie dish that fits the pastry, so I'm having to create a bit of a wall. So I've lined the bottom with a sheet.
So do you need a glove mark for this, or are you right?
Bit fiddly at the moment,
So the importance, guys, okay? Make sure you've got good quality pastry for your meal, okay? Now, we will show you the finished product when it's all done. And before you put anything in the oven, guys, make sure that you have the oven at the right temperature before you put it in.
and in this case, we're doing it at 180.
So the oven has been preheated at 180 degrees. And if you've got something in the oven, guys, make sure that you keep a good eye on it. And make sure that whatever that you've got in the oven Okay, it does not burn. Because you do not want to be eating burnt goods.
Right. There we go.
Now, put the chopped bacon in there like that, so I can swing the camera around. If I can swing it
Just
over,
swing yourself around, Barry.
how do I do that?
That's it. Like, keep so that you're facing outside, but the camera's facing us back here in the kitchen.
Is that right?
Yep. That's it. You might have gone a bit far.
Have I got you putting the bacon?
No, hang on.
I'm just pulling that.
There we go. You just need to swing around a little bit more to your right.
Okay,
That's it.
is that right now?
Nearly.
Tell me where.
A little bit more to the right. Yeah, that's pretty good. So, I have just lined this.
With the chopped bacon. Okay, as you can see there. Now next we crack open a couple of eggs, okay? And like last time we put a couple of sheets of pastry on the top. Okay, so, and then if you want to, guys, you can brush the top with egg and milk, okay, to give it that golden brown color in there when it comes out of the oven. And I can tell you guys, you will love it.
Absolutely.
So this is week 1 of our show here in Ipswich. Now, I used to live not far from Ipswich, from here in Ipswich. I lived at Waco at Darra, so we might go there for a day, do a show there. So like I said, if you feel like writing in, you are free to do so. And I've already given you the address, but like we said, if you feel nervous to write in, okay, we totally respect that. You do not have to do anything that you don't feel comfortable with, because we totally respect that as well. So what's happening now is Mark is cutting the pastry, okay?
I'm just cutting it up to put it on top.
He's just cutting it up to put it on top, guys. So we might even give you a tour of outside the back of the house tomorrow when we do episode 7. Now, the episodes have been piling up since March, and I've been with you guys. It's amazing how fast the time goes. So if you would like to follow the link, follow today's show, okay, you can do that. So we will bring you back when all of this is done. So the pie is going into the oven now, and we will bring you back. So that is the end of the cooking segment. So here is Mark to close the cooking segment with that.
I'm going to close the cooking segment with a little kitchen tidy while it's in the oven, and the place will be nice and clean again by the time we're ready to eat.
So
I'll see you soon.
we will see you soon, guys. Well, we cooked a lovely bacon and egg pie today, and it looked absolutely delicious. Here's Mark to tell you about it.
Well, it looked delicious, it smelt delicious, and there was nothing left on Barry's plate, so I'm assuming it was delicious.
So we'll just give you that recipe now for that.
It is the world's easiest recipe. I'm not sure what's easier, the bacon and egg pie or the white Christmas.
Well, about white Christmas, because you don't have to turn on the oven.
Exactly right. There is, in fact, well, you've got to melt the kofa, but I'm not counting that as cooking. So I'm going to say with white Christmas, there's no cooking. And, gee, it's good. I tell you, Barry, I have made about 3 more batches since we made it that day, because not only have I rediscovered that I love it, but the rest of the house keeps eating it on me. So I turn around and there's none left. I cook another batch and I have 2 pieces and then there's none left. So I don't think I'm the main advocate for eating it, but gee, it's good. So bacon and egg pie, it's nothing more than bacon, an egg mix, and it's only a rough mix. So it just needs to be yolks broken and swirled rather than beaten. And it all just goes inside essentially a pie case and baked. So, as I said, life doesn't get any easier than that. A bit of frozen pastry and a baking tray / pie tin, whatever, pie dish, whatever you want to put it in, and put your mixture in. And I just put a lattice over it this time. I think we completely covered it last time. If you completely cover it, you've got to remember to put some holes in your pastry to let it breathe. But obviously with lattice, you don't need to worry about that. So this time we latticed it, and I think the first time we covered it. But either way, that's it. And then it takes longer than you think in the oven. So 30 to 40 minutes. And when the pastry looks ready, you're good to go.
So one thing we forgot to mention, guys, before we signed off. Okay, donate to Lifeline, guys. Please give generously. Here's Mark.
Yep, we've spoken to you about this in the past, and there are a number of ways to go about it. And Lifeflight is the emergency helicopter service that is run by the RACQ, but they do on-call emergency work for retrieval, rescue, patient transport, that sort of thing. So if you can find your way clear, because they do need donations to help fund it, find your way clear. You can either donate for Lifeflight through the RACQ, or all of the RACQ outlets, as in their offices, also sell Lifeflight toys, and the money they make from those Lifeflight toys go to helping support the cost of running the emergency service.
So let's show you
Just a small sample. I'm going to copy just there.
$25 for the bear and $15 for the toy helicopter. So guys, yeah, there he is there. So if you got some loose change or notes, please give generously, guys. And do you remember how we made like Christmas last year? Well, we might do that again tomorrow. So now that you've mentioned it,
Excellent. We'll restock the fridge.
and make sure nobody eats it on you. So, guys, that's episode 69. 69. Episode 70 coming up tomorrow. So we'll see you then for that. And like I said, if you want to write in, the address is 64 Brentwood Drive,
Edwarvale.
Evervale, tongue twister.
It is a tongue twister.
And the postcode is
4304.
4304. So if you would like to write into us over this short time, or during this short time, please feel free. And guys, this is only a temporary stay here because I'm getting a reprieve from Bray Park. So guys, my time here in Queensland is coming to an end in 6 weeks. So here's Mark now.
Well, we're not looking forward to the end, but we're going to make the most of the time that we've got between now and then. And we've obviously got the opportunity to put together another little stack of shows for you. And hopefully you can come along and see what we're up to. And who knows? Every now and then you might think, oh, I should contact them and see what else they're going to do and make a suggestion. So drop us a line and send us some suggestions.
Because we really like to hear from you about this. 6 weeks. This is week 1 here. So come along. would really love you to be on the final leg of our journey with us. But that's all we've got time for. A quarter to 3 here, Eastern Standard Time here, and a quarter to 4 if you are in Sydney, where I will be very soon. And just one last reminder about 000, please do not be a fool with that number. Here is Mark to definitely close the show with that.
Thanks, Barry. Very important message. Don't abuse 000. It's for emergencies only, and anything that distracts the operators from doing their job is potentially dangerous for the people that need the emergency service. So bear that in mind if you ever think it'd be terribly funny to pick up the phone and waste their time.
Because, like with me, I could be sitting here with Mark, and I could be asking him to call an ambulance because I'm not very well, and some idiot had tied up. Excuse me. Some idiot had tied up 000 with a Frank Newton call. So we will see you tomorrow for yet another cooking session here in the studio. This is Beechwood Drive here, guys. A tranquil place. And we'll see you tomorrow at 10 o'clock.
See you then. Look forward to it.
See you then. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you everyone for joining us here on our first show here at Ipswich. Before we do go today, we'd like to say a huge thank you for being with us over the past couple of months. Now, I came here in April of last year, but I was living on the north side then of Bray Park. Now, to give you some idea of why I moved here, I'll just go through with you people while the pie is cooking. Okay, I needed somewhere quiet so I wouldn't be disturbed. And here's Mark to open the last part of the show with that.
Yes, well, I didn't realise that when you moved from Sydney to Queensland, that part of that brief was you wanted a much quieter house. So, as it transpired, when you moved to Bray Park, it was beautiful and quiet, but you hadn't been there very long, and a few people moved in that changed the dynamic, and the house was anything but quiet, which of course is the reason that you wanted to move. So now that we've moved to the outskirts of Ipswich, this house is beautifully quiet, and again, tranquility reigns supreme.
And we might take one more shot of that marvelous view we took before we close today's show. Now, when there was too much noise in the Bray Park house, guys, it was doing my head in as nausea. You know when it all gets too much and then the balloon gets blown up and then it goes. and then your head feels like it's pounding. Well, that's what happened. And then in the end, instead of just sitting there, I did something about it. Here's Mark now.
Yep. So instead of just sitting there and being angry and unhappy with your circumstances, you told the people who you'd originally told you wanted a quiet house that it wasn't meeting your needs anymore and that you would like to move to a quieter destination. And once they got onto that, here you are in a beautifully quiet house, and you lose nothing as far as facilities, etc. go. It has everything that your last house had. It's just much quieter.
And as a bonus, I've got a clock here so I can tell you what time it is. Well, it is now 20 minutes to 2 o'clock here on Monday, but very soon where I will be going, it will be 20 minutes to 3 o'clock.
Very true.
So guys, it really has been a marvelous experience to be with you here, and let's enjoy the 6 weeks that we've got together. And Australia Day is coming up too, so we might even do that. Have an Australia Day cook-up.
Sounds good.
And then we'll talk about how to get the kids prepared for the new school year. We'll talk about that. And there's plenty more coming up on the show. We've got 6 weeks of fun and games to bring you. So as we close the show today, if you'd like us to cover anywhere in the Ipswich area, we can't go everywhere because it's too far for us. But if you'd like to contact us while we're here for the short time, all you've got to do is write to us at Barry Beer Productions. The address is 64 Brentwood Drive, View, that I can't even pronounce it.
Well, it doesn't make any sense when you spell it. That's why. So it's EBBW and then a new word, VALE. So it's Ebbw
So, and the postcode is
4304.
4304, but if you don't feel like writing in, we said this at Bray Park, and we will say it again. We respect your privacy. So guys, look, it has really been a marvelous journey. So let's enjoy the final 6 weeks that we've got here. I know it will go like
Like the proverbial.
and it doesn't mean that we cannot keep in touch, because who knows, I might be doing another similar version of Out and About with Robert telling you the different places you can go in Sydney. So you know, like guys, if you like the Queensland version of Out and About, well, stay tuned because the Sydney Out and About, I will probably do a version of Out and About in Sydney, like the Sydney Weekender. Now, you probably remember that program from way back. So guys, enjoy the 6 weeks we've got here, but don't despair, guys. Mark and I are still gonna be here on Monday and Tuesday every day for the next 6 weeks. We hope that you enjoy our company. And to close the program, just reminding you, 000, please do not ring that number. The stupid, trivial issues, please, because I may need it one day, or Mark may need it. So here's Mark now to close our first Ipswich studio session with that, and episode 69 with that.
Thanks, Barry. Absolutely do not use 000 unless you have an emergency. But by the same token, if you feel unwell and you don't know what's going on and you don't feel comfortable with what's happening with yourself, please do call 000 and get an ambulance. Or if you feel threatened, do call 000 and get the police. It's only for an actual emergency. So if there's nothing going on, please don't distract them.
Don't ring them for pizza deliveries because they will not, and we repeat, they will not deliver your pizza at 1:45 in the afternoon or give you a lift home, because that's not what 000 is there for. Now, the reason I will ring 000 is because my transport is very limited and only one staff member is the care of them at this moment. Here's Mark to reenact on that before we draw the show to the close today.
Yep, so obviously, Barry, you can't jump in any car. It has to be a wheelchair accessible vehicle. And if the carer here can't leave, which they can't because there are other people in the house, they can't drive you to hospital. So if you need medical attention, so you're going to need a taxi regardless when it comes to getting medical attention. But for people that don't have a wheelchair and they can just go in a normal car, depending on their circumstances, they can get a taxi or get a lift. And if you do have an emergency though, absolutely do call.
Like me, because there's only one staff person on at this present time. And I've got very good reasons for calling 000 because I may be feeling tight in the chest or unable to breathe. So guys, if you don't have an emergency, don't fiddle with 000. It's not a toy. because you could potentially put someone at risk. So don't be an idiot with that number, please, because you can get a big fine, a big fine for that, and you will potentially be punished for that. And that's where we must end episode 69 today. At 10 to 2 on Monday afternoon. Thanks for your company, and we will see you the same time tomorrow here at Ebbw Vale. Tongue twisting words for another jam-packed day. But until then, it's a bye from Mark and myself. Here he is.
Bye everyone. Take care.
Bye bye.